Okay, to start the hands-on training, actually I thought of preparing a video, as I told you, on the installation of this Oracle database application. But when I'm doing the installation, many times my video recording it is getting hanged, or I'm getting some issues in the video recording. That is the reason why I'm unable to prepare that video. But nevertheless, I'm also looking for a, I mean, pre-recorded video. I mean, if I looked for developers, I mean, maybe they have created some of the videos how to do the installation and all on YouTube, but I failed to find the exact one. So I suggest you not to do any installation from your side, because many of the times what will happen, this Oracle database, it is a very huge application. It will consume a lot of system resources, and if you don't do the installation properly, many of the times what will happen, your operating system will crash. So I don't want you people to struggle with that. I don't want you people to face that type of issues. So unless I give the proper instructions to you to do the installation, don't start this. Nevertheless, I will at least try to create a step-by-step document how to do the installation, how to do the download, and how to do the installation. I will try to create a step-by-step procedure for that one, step-by-step plan for that one, and I will share it with you very soon. So after that after that plan, after that procedure, only you try to download and you try to install this Oracle application into your computer, and you start doing the practice. Okay, by the time you listen to my classes, write down the notes, write down the commands and all. Of course, without the practice, you will not understand anything. Believe me. And this SQL, this Oracle, it is a very huge application. If you do it by yourself, definitely your system will crash. Okay, so yeah, inside this training program, when we do hands-on practice on this SQL, you have to understand, first of all, we have to create a user into that one, because the default user whatever you will get when you do the installation, it is an administrator user, and it is going to have a lot of predefined stuff in it. And whenever you are listing your created work, it will list the already existing work as well as your work. There will be a mixture of that one, and you many of the times you feel it will become a problem. It will become a hectic job for you to search for your work, whatever table you have created to look for it, or whatever view you have created to look for it. You have to search between that pre-created work, or pre-created predefined tables. So to avoid such a confusion, to avoid such a problem issue, what we do is we create our own scope, our own area, our own database, or our own user, we can say. So in order to do that, first of all, there will be a uh, predefined user, and on top of that administrator, or on top of that predefined user, we are going to create our user. I will show you how. See, I have created one simple document over here. So with this you will understand. Okay, so this document, I think, yeah, I will create the document, no issues. So first we set, let me just open the document. I think I saved it somewhere. Yeah, this temp, let me just open, yeah, this one. So what I said, we have to create a user. Okay, we have to create a user in order to do our work, or in order to do our practice. So basically, where we create our user, in the sense, on top of the super user only, on top of the administrator only. So when you start the SQL environment, it will ask you to enter inside a particular user, and that particular user is nothing but your administrator. Once you enter into the administrator, this is only for the first time we do. Only for the first time we enter into our administrator, and we create a user defined user. Once the user defined user creation is over, we can come out of that administrator, and we can enter into this user defined user. Okay, we can enter into this user defined user, where you can do whatever you want without touching the administrator, or without affecting your system applications, or without affecting your predefined tables. Okay, so administrator, he is nothing but the super user, and on top of that super user we will create a user defined user. So administrator privileges, if you in order to enter into the administrator privileges in Oracle database, the administrator is system. SYSTEM, all small letters. Here I have written that one. System. And the password, generally we give this password at the time of installation. When you do the installation, at that point only it will ask you to enter some password for the administrator. And that password will become the administrator password. So that is the reason why don't give any complex stuff in your password. So give simple administrator password so that you can remember that password forever. So like how I have given like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give simple passwords for administrators. So my administrator name is system and my password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in that same way you give the password, because you have the scope of giving the password only over there. Administrator by default it is system only. We don't have the scope of giving the name of the administrator. So by default he is system only, and you can give only the password over there and give a simple password that you can remember forever. Okay, because many times if you do some issues, or if your user defined user get deleted, again you have to depend on the predefined user, that is administrator only. Okay, so how we can create, how I want you people to create a user defined user, we will have a similarity in that one, and we will have a standard name and password for that one, so that we will never forget that one. Okay, so user defined user, I want the username to be our college name ISL, then the department name CSE. I mean, whatever department you have, you can. IT people can use IT, civil people can use CIV, only use 3 letters. Okay, don't use all the letters, use only 3 letters. CIV, triple E people, triple E likewise you can use, and followed by the three digits in your roll number. Like this is CSC roll number 1 I have created. ISL CSC roll number 1 001. If roll number 5 is creating 005, roll number 115 is creating, 115 is creating, then ISL CSC 115. Likewise you have to. Okay, so then password also you give same like your username but all small letters. ISL CSC 001. ISL CSC 001, like this you give. Okay, so let me just open that command prompt, SQL command prompt for you people. So this is my SQL command prompt. So when you open, you will get like this. Let me just delete something, because already I have created that ISL CSC 001 inside the database. So I will delete that one, and once again I will open that one to show you. Okay, so username system, password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and got connected. So then drop user ISL CSC 001. Yeah, it dropped. So now what you have to do in order to open the SQL environment, simply when you do the installation, you will get these two things in your computer. Okay, you will get these two things. One is the get started with Oracle, this type of thing, this type of database icon you will get, and this XC logo you will get on that one. Then this command line interface, CLI command line, SQL command line. SQL command line interface. So simply open this command line. So here you can practice all your commands. So first what I said, we have to enter into the database administrator, then we have to create the user defined user. We have to enter into the super user, that is nothing but administrator, then after we have to create the user defined user. So in order to enter into the administrator, what are my credentials? What are my username, password? The username is system, and password whatever you give at the time of installation. So I have given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So likewise, so here in order to enter into the see here, in order to enter or to connect to a particular user, what we have to do, we have to use the connect command. So this connect command, what it will do, it will connect a particular user with the database. It will connect a particular user with the database. First I want to connect as an administrator, then I will create a user defined user. I want to connect like a super user, then I will create a normal user. Okay, so to do anything, first of all we have to connect. So with this administrator we will connect, and then we will create one user defined user. Okay, so now I am connecting, and this is basically whatever we are doing over here, it is a one time job, will not do always. Only one time we will create a user defined user, and from now on whatever practice we do inside our user defined user only, will not do inside the administrator. Okay, so for simplicity what I will give, I will make this user defined user same like an administrator. I will give the administrator privilege also. Okay, so first of all what we have to do, we have to connect to the administrator. So use the connect command. So connect, when I am typing, hit the enter, it is asking you to enter the username. So the username is system, then it will ask you to enter the password. That password I am giving. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, hit the enter key. So you got the connection with the database. As an administrator, you got the connection with the database. Connected, it is saying. So now you create your user defined user. To create the user defined user, these are my credentials. To create the user defined user, these procedure I have to follow. So how can I create a user means, this is a syntax. We have to use the uh, create user command. Create user followed by the username. Then we have to use another command like identified by password. So this identified by we use in order to give the password. Identified by password. The username you have to give, then password we have to give, and we have to use this command create user username identified by password. It is same like your English statement, isn't it? The meaning whatever it is giving over here, it is English like meaning only it is giving. We are creating a user with username which will be identified by password, which will be identified by password. Create user username identified by password. It is very simple to remember. So the example, so as I said, we give the username like this. So the example I have created based on that only. Create user, my username is ISLCSC001 and it will be identified by password ISLCSC001. So simply in place of password you put this one, and in place of username you put this one inside your syntax to create this specific user. And if you want to create 002, simply make it 002, here also 002. Likewise, creating the user, not the single step, we have to give the permissions also. After creating the user, we have to give the permissions also. That is the second step. So what permissions I am giving? I am giving the DBA permission. DBA stands for database administrator. I want my user, second user also like a database administrator only, DBA only. Then how to grant the permission? Grant permission type to username. Permission type, whatever permission type you are giving, that permission type you have to put here, and username you have to put here. Grant is the command to give the permission. Okay, grant permission type to also part of the command to this user. Grant permission to this user. So what type of permission I want to give? DBA permission I want to give. So grant DBA to ISLCSC001. So this user I have created, ISLCSC001, here I have created. So whatever user I have created, to that user I am giving the DBA permission, database administrator permission. So what command I have to use? I have to use grant DBA to this user. Grant DBA permission to this user. So grant DBA to this. Okay. So likewise. So quickly we see these two steps working over here. So now I have connected to the administrator, that is system. So now I am creating the user. So yeah, user is not existing, isn't it? ISLCSC001, he is not existing. So now I am creating. So create, what command we have to use? Create. Okay, commands you can put both small as well as capital, both it will accept. It is not a case sensitive language, so it will accept both. Create. Okay, create user. What I have to do? Create user followed by the username I have to give. Username, what I said, what we have to use, I will use that roll number 1 credentials. Okay, ISLCSC 001 identified by spelling, it is very important, you have to check. Identified by what password I said? ISLCSC001, same like username but all in small. Okay, so if you hit the enter key, it will create the user. Simply see, hit the enter key, it has created the user. User created. So now as user is created with this username and with this password, can I enter into that user? Simply check that one. Try to connect to that user. Connect, it is asking me the username. So I will type that username ISLCSC001. It will ask me the password. I will put the password ISLCSC001. So when you type the password, it will not print over there. Just make sure that one. Don't think that whatever I am typing, it is not printing over there, so maybe there is an issue with my keyboard, like that. Don't raise such issues. When you are typing the password, it will not give any type of hint over there. Okay, it will simply give blanks over there. Okay, now hit the enter key. See, you will get an error. ISLCSC001, user ISLCSC001 lacks create session privilege. So it is not using this, we were unable to create the session, or in short we were unable to enter into this user session. Creating session is nothing but entering into that user. We were unable to enter into that because the ISL CSC is not having enough privileges. So we have to give the privilege. And when you do such wrong attempt to connect to the database, when you do such wrong attempt to the database, connect to the database, you will exit from the administrator as well. See, you are no longer connected to the Oracle. It will give that error over here. You are no longer connected to the your Oracle. So even if you try now, if you try to grant that permission, it is not possible. See, grant, okay, I said grant DBA permission to, what is our username? ISLCSC 001. So to grant this permission also, first of all we have to connect as an administrator, because you made the wrong attempt over here. You made the wrong attempt by a wrong user who is not having the permission. So what your database has done, your database has denied your administrator also. It will simply pushed your administrator also out of the session. Okay, so that is the reason why what I have to do, once again I have to connect as an administrator, and then I have to create my database. I mean, then I have to grant privileges to my database. So how I can connect? Simply use connect. Now again enter into the database like a administrator. So system, then password is same thing, 123456, then hit enter. Now I am connected as an administrator. So now I can grant the permission to this ISL CSC 001. So same command you type, grant ISL CSC 001. Okay, sorry, DBA. What permission we are giving? DBA permission, database administrator permission we are giving to ISL CSC 001. At the end you put the semicolon, then hit the enter key. See, grant succeeded. So now the user ISL CSC 001 is being created and is having the DBA privileges. He's having the DBA permissions. So he can enter into his own account, his own session, his own database. So now I will try that one. So how can I enter into that user? Again, use the connect command to connect with that ISL CSC 001 user. So again, it is asking me the username. So ISL CSC 001, hit enter. Then it is asking the password. So the password is, yeah, what we have given. Yeah, again, when I'm typing the password, you just see over there, your cursor will not move. It will remain intact. So ISL CSE 001. So it is not moving. The cursor is remaining over there, but the password will be typed over there. So hit enter. So now I got connected to my own user. So if you try to retrieve something from that user, because we don't have, we did not put anything into that user so far, isn't it? So if I try to retrieve something, select star from, so this is the retrieval statement. In our next session we'll discuss all these things. Select star from tab. When I'm typing like this, see, no rows selected. It is not retrieving anything because nothing is there inside your database. So we have to create the data into the database. That we will see as part of our next session. We'll see the complete how to create tables, how to manipulate those tables, how to retrieve those tables. All those things we will see in our next session. So basically the next session, it will be like as we discussed, we'll put these videos in the evenings or on weekends only. It is not possible to push these videos along with your regular academic sessions like on the normal weekdays. So we planned this add-on course at the weekend. Okay, so you can expect one more video either on Wednesday evening or on next Saturday. So maybe between like Wednesday, Thursday, we have holidays now. On those dates, definitely I will prepare videos and I will push the videos. Okay, thank you very much, students, and just follow these videos, and whatever practice I am doing, try to follow the practice. It is very much helpful to you. Believe me, it is very much helpful to you. Okay, thank you very much, students.